Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I have yet another ship with me video. These are going to be sales from the weekend and then I did get one this morning. So collectively, I made a gross profit of $724 and then a net profit of $562.89. I did sell 28 items across 3 different platforms. I got 16 on Poshmark, 8 on eBay, and then 4 on Mercari. And if you're new here, I actually like to go by the platform that has the most to the least. So in this case, it's going to be Poshmark, eBay, and then Mercari. So the first thing on Poshmark is actually this 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊 cashmere blend sweater. I picked this up at the bins and I was actually really happy about it due to the fact that this is a pretty decent brand for the most part. And I believe that they have something pretty specific with their brand. I believe it's like the Catalina cloth or something like that. I have yet to actually find it. So when I found this sweater that was a cashmere blend in excellent condition and it was this really cute neutral tone, I was excited that it wasn't flawed because if y'all know, I always come across damaged cashmere, but this one was in excellent condition. So of course I did price this one a little high just because I wanted to make at the very least about $30 from it. So this one ended up selling for $36. It looks like I had it priced at $45. And then I do use Poshmark, which I know y'all are probably tired of hearing. But I use Poshmark as my virtual assistant for Poshmark. And it sends out offers to watchers. So if you like an item in my closet, within 2 minutes it's going to send you out an offer. Just so it can like make the sale, honestly, because of course I put items on there to sell because I am a full-time reseller. So I definitely want to get the items in and out. So if you just so happen to be casually shopping and you know you like something in my closet, it's gonna send you out an offer. But anyways, this one did sell for $36 and I only paid $1.63 at the Goodwill outlet. So I made a total of $25.15 after fees and cost of goods. This one was a random one. This is an in and out shirt. It's just like a vintage in and out t-shirt. This is from the late 90s, so like 99 I want to say. I picked it up due to the fact that at the time one reseller on YouTube was talking about how, you know, this type of, you know, merch sales, if you will. Not even really merch, but I think at the time I was thinking that this is something that somebody would wear if they worked at In-N-Out, but I realized that this is exactly not what they wear at In-N-Out. So I still took it home because I did look more into it, and since it was a vintage t-shirt, I thought somebody would like an In-N-Out, you know, vintage t-shirt. So I went on and got it. This one sat for a while. I did have it priced pretty high, so I eventually brought the price down just a little bit, and somebody came in and sent me a very reasonable offer of $25. And I went on and accepted it because this one did sit for a little while. I picked this up in May and that one finally sold. It did get relisted like a lot. And like I said, it finally sold for $25. I did pay $1.20 at the Goodwill outlet, so I did make a profit of $17.58 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so these are a pair of Beyond Yoga like low-rise Y2K flare leg pull-on pants or leggings, whatever you want to call it. I of course saw these and the low-rise almost scared me a little bit because at one point in time low-rise was just not in anymore and nobody was really checking for it. So I decided to go ahead and try it out because it is, you know, Beyond Yoga, and Beyond Yoga is a great brand to look out for, especially at the bins, in great condition. And since these have that flare, which is currently in, low rise is, I think low rise has entered the chat. Okay, she ain't said nothing yet, but she's definitely entered the chat. So some things you can get away with low rise at this time, but the flare is what carried it. Now if this was a low rise with just like a skinny leg, I definitely would not have picked it up. So this one was a little bit of a factor stack at this point, which is Kaylee's term. But yeah, so this one ended up selling for $26. I think I had it priced at $38, which I think I brought that price down because it was initially at $45 because I wanted to get $30 for it. But I'm okay with that because I did get it from the bins. So it sold for $26 with discounted shipping. I did pick this up in October. I have a cost of goods of 99 cents for this, and I did make a profit of $17.79 after fees and cost of goods. This is a pack sweater. It just says Indoorsy. I actually picked this up on Depop. I don't know the original price, but it went half off and I like instantly bought it. And I realized once it finally made it that crew necks are not meant for me. I feel like I look like, ooh, this is gonna come off wrong. I look like a stud lesbian with a crew neck on because my chest is too big and I would have to wear mine a little bit more baggier just so it can fit. So I was just like, no, this isn't gonna work for me. So I went on and listed it and it got a lot of attention. I think Pact is a great brand to pick up. I do think you wanna make sure you are, you know, making sure the condition is great because it doesn't retail for a lot. It does have a following, don't get me wrong, but you know, are not gonna make a whole bunch of money from it. So this one ended up selling for $25. They sent me an offer and I accepted it. And since I don't have a cost of goods because it was for me, I didn't, you know, write it down because it wasn't intentionally sourced to sell. It was, you know, for me. So I made a profit of $20 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a two-piece set and the brand is called Naked Wardrobe. I'm sure y'all saw it on one of my recent hauls, but it was new with tag, so that was the main reason why I was happy to pick it up. It's kind of like a business type of style, but like, I don't know, not business. I don't even know where you would wear this to, I'll be honest with you, because it's a crop top business suit set, which, you know, I don't know. I probably need to look into that and see what somebody would wear this to. But this one didn't take long to sell at all. So this one was listed in January and this one got a lot of attention. I initially thought it was going to sell on Mercari because that's where I saw the most attention on, but it ended up selling on Poshmark. And I definitely had this one priced either at $58 or $65. And like I said, my bot sent out a 25% off offer with discounted shipping. So they got a pretty good deal, but they accepted it and it sold for $43. I did pay $2.95 for them collectively. So I made a profit of $29.43 after fees and cost of goods. But I definitely suggest picking up this brand. This is the second time that I've picked it up. I believe the first one was a dress and that one sold fairly quickly for like $35. And this was a two-piece set. I probably could have got more from this, thinking about it now, because it was new with tags and it was a set. But I definitely check comps and I check, like, you know, what other sellers are selling theirs for that is close to mine, and I try to make sure I price it accordingly and not just what I think I should get. All right, so these are some Madewell jeans. These are their perfect vintage crop. These are a size 31 too, so I was really happy about finding these at the bins for a decent cost of goods, and then the size was, you know, was pretty good. And these actually didn't take that long to sell. They were listed in January and they sold this month, so, you know, definitely under a month type of sale here. And I don't pick up Madewell skinnies anymore, and I mean, I come across them a lot, and I mean a lot. I don't pick them up. I only pick them up if they are plus size. So yeah, these were a good size at 31. I was happy to find them, and these sold for $36. I have them priced at $45. I don't, you know, bring my price up too high for Madewell denim jeans anymore, just because I don't think the brand is like the it girl anymore. So I don't want to wait around for the perfect buyer to pay, you know, 60 bucks for it. So I priced it accordingly. But this one sold for $36. I did pay $1.01 for it, so I made a profit of $25.77 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a pretty depressing sale. The brand is called Kappa, which you would think is a, you know, a good brand to pick up, or so I thought. Y'all are not gonna believe this. I found this May of 2022. Yeah, May of 2022. And I was pregnant at that time, and I think I was in my first trimester. So when I used to go to the bins then, I would never stick around longer than an hour and a half. Like, that'd be the most, and that's including me looking up the comps and everything on the item. So my cost of goods were much higher, and I just knew that this one was going to perform. I feel like I had heard a reseller talk about it, but it didn't perform. And I mean, maybe I definitely priced this high. At that time, I definitely didn't know how to price my items. I was pricing everything at what I wanted to make off of it versus what the market is telling me that it is worth. So this one took forever to sell. So I dropped the price to $18 because I had every intention of pulling this by the time summer came. But somebody sent me a $5 off offer of $13, and I swiftly accepted it because I'm just kind of like, yes, you can definitely have it. What's so weird is that this is still like a hype beast type of brand. So I couldn't understand why it took so long to sell. But it finally sold, and I did sell it for $13. I did pay $2.10 for it, so I only made a profit of $7.97 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a Polo sweatshirt. It is American flag one, which is pretty sought after in just any brand, honestly. So if you find anything with an American flag on it, definitely pick it up. Unfortunately for me, this one had multiple flaws that I could not get out. They definitely were set in stains, but on one of the hauls, I believe that one of my viewers let me know, like, girl, you need to let it soak and not like just spray it on and throw it in the washing machine, because that's what I was doing. So I sold this one a lot less than I would have liked. When I initially found it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to get some good money for this. And even I saw the stain, but I was just like, I'm sure I'm going to be able to get it off, but I wasn't. And I priced it pretty low just so I can make sure I can get a profit off of it. And this one did get a lot of attention. The flaw wasn't terrible, but it was right in the center. So I'm just like, that's very visible. So why would I even, you know, waste my time trying to sit around for the right person to look past the flaw. So I think I had it priced at $25. They sent me a $22 offer, and I paid 84 cents for it, and I made a profit of $16.78 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a two-piece bundle. These are a pair of Judy Blue jeans, and then this is a Disney, like, who is this? Goofy sweatshirt. It's just kind of like a knit sweatshirt. I was pretty happy. They went and bundled it, and I don't have bundle discounts for, you know, items that are just two. It's three, a minimum of three, and then you get 30% off. So they sent me I'll be honest with you, it was pretty reasonable, the initial offer, which I believe was $35. Now, the only problem with that is that they would have initially been getting this for free. So these Judy Blue jeans, I actually sourced these for myself. I think y'all have already saw that reseller vlog. It's probably been a little while at that point, but I sourced these for myself. I was able to fit them. However, when I first found them, I was looking so much at the tag that I didn't even look at the ankle part. And the ankle part is not only a skinny, but it's like a frayed skinny. And it just looked very odd on me. And I didn't know what type of shoes I was going to be able to wear with it. So now I'm only looking for like boot cut or like a straight type of, you know, leg. And I was like, let me just go ahead and sell it. These didn't have any flaws to it. So if anything has a flaw, I already know I'm going to be dropping the price on it. But if it has no flaw, then I have no intentions of lowering my price on the item. So I ended up countering her, and then she countered, I believe, like a few more dollars, but then I countered at, because I'd already counted at my lowest. So I think that my lowest was $44. It must have been like 58 or something. I'm not really sure the exact amount. But since I had paid, you know, what is the store called? Buy Sell Trade store price for these jeans, which was either $15. I'm like, okay, I definitely need to get a good return on my investment. I don't give a, excuse my language, I don't care about the Disney sweater, but I do care about these. So 44 is going to be my lowest, and she came back and accepted it. So I was really happy about that, because I really could have lost her because I wanted to get a decent amount for Judy Blue. And as of late, I've sold like 3 pairs of Judy Blue within like a week span. So it's like, if you don't, you know, accept this offer, I know I can get $35 alone for the Judy Blue. Anyways, this is a brand called Age of Wisdom. It's just a men's button-down shirt. I've had this for a very long time. I mean, we're talking September. So this brand does do okay. I think the sell-through rate wasn't there, but I still picked it up because I typically am a person that will pick up stuff that has like a 30% sell-through rate if the price point is good. So if something is able to sell for, you know, $20 to $25, depending on the style and how rare or, you know, maybe even sought after mine is, then I'll go ahead and get it. This particular one was a decent one. It was a pearl snap, which is pretty popular amongst men, and I priced this one at $25. They came in and bought it at my full asking price, and I was really happy about that because that rarely happens. But I did pay 98 cents for this at the bins, and I did make a profit of $19.02 after fees and cost of goods. And honestly, I'd pick it up again. This is probably one of those brands that's kind of like a quiet, you know, brand that it doesn't look like it's worth much, but you know, if you get the right piece, you can get a decent profit off of it. So yeah, I definitely pick it up again. So these are some Aritzia shorts. These are Wilfred, actually. Of course, pick these up at the bins. This brand doesn't really perform that well for me, so I'm always looking to get about $20 to $25 for it. Before, I used to assume that I could at the very least sell it for $30, but we are definitely not there. And this is a in-style type of piece too, because it's like a trouser short. I forget the exact name, but I checked comps and all the comps were only between $20 to $25. So I went on with it, and I priced mine at $28 with the hopes of selling it for $20. And someone did come in and send me a $21 offer. These had at the very least about 10 to 12 likers on it on Poshmark. So I did wait like almost a full day just to see what I get another person coming in to buy it. Nobody came in, so I went on and accepted the offer. So since these sold for $21, I did pay 89 cents for them at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $15.91 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a bundle of sweaters. It is 4 of them. This first one is from a brand called Jockey. I actually picked this up for myself. Again, I love the colorway. I love how soft it was, but I am not a crew neck girly. The next one is this brandy Melville. I believe this is like a wool blend, if I'm not mistaken, top or sweatshirt. And then this one is a Fabletics sweatshirt as well. And then the last one was really pretty. This is from a brand called Just Polly. Definitely gonna be a great piece for spring. So yeah, we got all of these 4 sweaters. I will have to package these off of camera, but one of them was for me, like I told y'all. So the other 3 had a total of $3.03 for my cost of goods. It did sell for $50, so I made a profit of $36.97. And with this particular bundle, I actually sent them out a very steep offer just because they bundled sweaters, and like we're moving out of sweater season, so I sent them out an offer that they couldn't refuse because I believe the initial amount came to a little bit under $100. So when they had it in their cart, I automatically have that 30% off. So then they were sitting at about $65. So then I sent them an additional $15 off in hopes that they would accept it, and they did. So this was a pretty good sale here. We're gonna package those later because I need to find a box for them. All right, so the next one is this brand called 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊. I want to say, I don't even know if I pronounced that right. These were picked up in October, and these are just a pair of men's linen trousers. Unfortunately for me, I definitely listed these out of season, so I didn't get the price point that I definitely could have got had I waited to list them probably in March. I was honestly okay with the $15 that these sold for, just because I noticed on all platforms after I received the offer, I went to eBay and Mercari just to see did I have any likers on it, and it was no likers. On eBay, it was no views, so I'm just like, okay, it's not really worth, you know, keeping around if it has no attention on it. So I accepted the offer, and we got these out the door for $15. I did pay $1.19 for them, and I only made a profit of $10.81 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this next one is actually a Chico shirt. It is new with tags. This is their Synergy line. This retailed for $80 brand new. I only sold it for this little pathetic amount due to the fact that it is white, and being at the bins, you can't really trust white all the time. And this one had like a flaw where it looks like it was ran over by a cart, so I had to make sure I, you know, state that. And then it also had a very tiny hole by the neckline, so I didn't price it high. I think at like $25. So they ended up, you know, sending me a $17 offer, and I went on and accepted because I'm just like, I don't know when the next person is going to come around and send me a decent offer on something that is pretty flawed. So yeah, I went on and took that sale. So we get it out the door. And this one sold for $17. I did pay 84 cents for it at the Goodwill outlet. So I made a profit of $12.76 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so these are a pair of American Eagle like cargo baggy wide leg pants. Source these at the bins. I have 1000% slowed down picking up this brand. I don't pick up their denim anymore unless it is a newer style, which is either a wide leg, a flare of some sort. And yeah, so this one definitely was a newer style. I forget the year, it's either 22 or 23, and I picked it up and I was happy that this one sold for a decent price point. I didn't list it that high just because American Eagle is just not one of those brands that, you know, you can get over $40 for. So, especially since it is pre-owned. So I didn't price high. I think I priced these at $38 in hopes of getting about $30 for them. So I, you know, let my Poshmark send out the offer to likers. This person had liked it, but she never purchased it. The offer ended up expiring. So she sent me out the exact offer without discount shipping. So I think it sent her a $28 offer with discounted shipping. She, you know, missed the offer by like 11 hours, and she sent me out a $28 offer, and I was like, of course. I was gonna initially wait to see did any of the other likers want to swoop in and get it, but nobody did. So I went on and accepted it because I'm like, this is a decent amount. This is right around the amount that I wanted to get for it, so why wait on it? So this one sold for $28. I did pay $1.10 for it, and I made a profit of $21.30 after fees and cost of goods, and we love to see it. These are a pair of men Lucky Brand jeans. I don't care for this brand as much. I do pick up the men's like tops and stuff. I don't think I'm going to be picking up their denim anymore because it's just not, you know, the price point that I want to sell in my business. So I don't have much of it. I think I have maybe one more pair. So we'll see. But they sent me an offer of $15. I, again, went and checked all of my platforms to see did it have any attention on it, and it didn't. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and accept the offer. These were listed in November, so not a terrible turnaround, but I just, you know, I don't really care to sell things for $15 anymore. Don't get me wrong, like some things occasionally, like no problem, but just to make $15 sales on items, I'll pass. I'm not, like I told y'all plenty of times, I'm not turning into a high ASP seller, but there is a certain threshold that I want for items that I get, just because I am, you know, sourcing 100 items a week and listing 100 items a week. So I don't want my time to go in vain by me picking up items, a lot of items that are only going to sell for, you know, $12 to $15. I don't like that, but I'm okay with this one because it's, you know, one-off. But these sold for $15. I did pay 94 cents for them at the outlet, so I did make a profit of $11.06 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so we're moving on to eBay. This is a dress from the brand called Talani, and it is 100% silk. I was a bit nervous picking this one up due to the fact that this colorway is more of a fall color than it is a spring color, but the fact that it was a large and it was 100% silk, I was happy that I found it. The only reason why I got it was because it had a dry cleaning tag on it, and then after I saw the fabric, I'm like, oh, let me look into it, and it was sold at Anthropologie. I don't even think I put that in the listing. This brand can be sold, you know, just by its own name, so definitely a decent brand to look out for. This one did sell for my full asking price, and we love to see it. This one's going browns. So yeah, it sold for $28.99, but this one I did pay 84 cents for, and I made a profit of $25.04 after fees and cost of goods. This one is a brand called 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊. It's a really pretty tiered boho skirt, and I picked this one up, and I was so excited because I just found a maxi dress at a regular thrift store, and I found out that this is a really good brand. Just cut off on me. But anyways, what I was trying to say was this one had a flaw, and that's why I had to bring the price down on it. I did stain treat it, but it didn't work. So I ended up just pricing it a little bit lower, and this one sold for $18.69. It looked like it's from me sending out the 15% off offers, and I did pay 84 cents for this one as well. So some of these look like they were picked up at the same time, but this one only made me a profit of $15.76 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this next one is a really pretty J.Jill dress. It does have like a t-shirt on top of it. I'm not really sure what it's called, but I think I've used like modest or something in it because it's like an extra layer. But I picked this one up even though I've been hating J.Jill as of late because it's just been sitting. This one was a plus size piece, and you know, we are in the season of wearing dresses, and well, we're getting close to that season. So I went on and picked it up because I'm like, I feel like, you know, plus size J.Jill performs a lot better than just like regular J.Jill in all sizes. Very saturated. So this one did sell for my full asking price of $29.99, and I did pay $1.14 for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $26.01 after fees and cost of goods. And you know, we love to see it. To sell J.Jill for $30 is pretty damn rare. So all right, so this is from a brand called Venus. I sourced this, and I for the longest didn't list it because I had to put it on my mannequin, and my mannequin really slows me down when I am in the process of photographing and steaming items. So anything that needs to, you know, go on the mannequin in order to be, you know, pictured right, I make sure that I do it later on on a day where I don't have to go anywhere, or I'm not, you know, rushing for time or anything like that. So this one was sourced in January, and I just listed it in February. So it had been sitting on my couch for a while, but I eventually listed it, and this one got a lot of attention. I do think I undersold this, honestly, just because I didn't think that it was like one of those brands where it's like, ooh, you know, let me price it high. Even though it's such a beautiful, beautiful dress, it's definitely like a good summer dress, probably a good cover-up. I think this is a cover-up brand, if I'm not mistaken anyways. But I was really happy that it did sell as quick as it did. So I sold it for $18.69, which I do think is from a 15% off offer. And I did pay 89 cents for it. So I made a profit of $15.77 after fees and cost of goods, which is the price point that I want to make from items that I get from the bins. It's $15 net profit. This is a Lucky Brand's men's waffle knit t-shirt, you know, sweatshirt, whatever you want to call it. Like I told y'all before, Lucky Brand tops perform the best for me, no matter what it is, honestly. I mean, I don't pick up every single thing, but I pick up something with a bit of substance to it. These waffle knits do the best. And then, you know, t-shirts with some type of like graphic to it. Then their burnouts, like, it's just a multitude of things perform, you know, better in this brand that are from the men's category. So I do pick them up. But this one ended up selling for $16.12, and of course I definitely sent them out that offer, 15% off, and I did pay 89 cents for it at the bins. So I made a profit of $15.45 after fees and cost of goods. So this is a brand called Michael Stars. This is actually a one size piece. I know the girls used to say this brand used to be that girl back in the day, but it's not anymore. But I have still picked up their pieces, and they sell. I'm even able to sell them to buy sell trade stores. They pick them up too, so that is a good thing. But I think you definitely want to vet the style, because some things will, you know, be here forever and some things will you know, leave your closet. And this one was picked up in October, and I was hoping that it would have sold then, just because this colorway is definitely a fall colorway, not really a spring colorway. But I was really happy that it did sell. So this one sold for $16.97, and I paid $1.19 for it, and then I made a profit of $15.93 after fees and cost of goods. And you know, it's there. It's right there where we need it to be. So the next one is this Torrid jacket. It's like a utility jacket, plus size. Of course, This is a brand that is very saturated as well, but I do think when you can come across a decent piece, of course for a decent price, I would suggest picking it up. This one was listed in November, and in like the reselling world, that's actually a good time for it to sell. So we just made it right under those 90 days. This one did sell for my full asking price. From the looks of it, I did relist this 4 times. So it finally sold, and I am happy about that because, you know, we love a good sale. It's not that as quick as I would like. Y'all know I like to sell stuff within like a month, because I'd like to do a really quick turnaround, but 4 months is not terrible, especially for $25. So I'll take it. I did pay 95 cents for this at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $19.93 after fees and cost of goods. Okay, this was a pretty exciting find. I knew nothing about the brand. It's called Noel Asmar. I only picked it up because it was new with tags. This was definitely a piece that did sit around for a little while. So I picked this up in October, and I remember getting a few lowball offers on it. And of course, when I receive like offers on items that don't get that much attention, I'll go and look up the sell-through rate again and see if it has any type of other likers on any other platforms, and this one did. So I wasn't willing to go lower than what was listed, or you know, what my Poshmark bot would send out. So I of course declined those offers. I think I tried to, like, you know, wiggle it out and work with them, but they didn't want to. And it's just like, if this wasn't new with tags, I most likely would have accepted your offer, but this is new with tags. And I forget what this brand is actually like known for. For some reason it looks like a smock, where it's for people that maybe do hair and stuff. I don't know, I'll have to look into it and I'll pop it on the screen for y'all. But I ended up waiting around, and somebody bought it for my full asking price. I did have to relist this on eBay, so it did sell for $36.96, and I did pay $1.08 for it, so I made a profit of $33.56 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so moving on to good old Mercari. The first thing to sell was actually this Juicy Couture terry cloth. Like, I want to say this is a dress. These is wild, like, because this is so short, but you know, I guess if you are very flat and skinny, it works out. But this one, I was fortunate enough to find this one, you know, at a picked over bin, which I thought was strange because I feel like somebody looked at it and then they threw it back. I picked up 2 other ones that were a size large. Unfortunately, both of those have flaws to them. This one had nothing wrong with this one, so I priced it up a little bit more, just because it's like, you know, regular. And it is a green colorway. I don't really see too much green, you know, with Juicy Couture. And this was the Y2K one. I used all of the keywords that was needed, and I was, you know, sent an offer of $24. And of course I accepted it, because I think that's a great price to sell something that was made in the early 2000s for. So I did pay 98 cents for it, and I made a profit of $19.25 after fees and cost of goods. This is a artisan New York linen dress. Or skirt, excuse me. I picked this up, and what's so crazy is that I went back and forth with myself on whether or not I wanted to sell it to a buy sell trade store. But I said, you know what, you've never sold this brand before, let's go ahead and experiment really quick, and we'll see, you know, first. And I listed it, and it got instant attention on Mercari. I mean, it had 4 or 5 likers on it within like a week, and I was pretty shocked. This particular person reached out and said, hey, are you accepting offers? And I said, of course. And they sent me a very modest 20% off offer, and I was like, yes, it's yours. So I accepted it. This one sold for $20, and I did pay 98 cents for it. This one was listed in February, so the turnaround of it is really quick. And I did make $15.77 after fees and cost of goods, and we love to see it. All right, these are a pair of shorts for men. The brand is called Easy Run. I think these are specifically for running or cycling or something like that. They have like the butt pads or whatever those things are called inside, and I received an offer, and I was like, where'd this come from? These were listed, y'all, in July. Okay, these have been listed since July, and it had no attention on all of my platforms except Mercari. I think it had 2 likers over there, so they sent me a $27 offer. I of course accepted it because I'm just like, I've had this for so long. So I did pay 89 cents for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $21.98 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so the last thing to sell on Mercari was this Title IX skirt. I was actually so excited when I found this at the Goodwill outlet because Title IX is a decent brand to pick up. So every time I picked it up, it has sold. And I was happy to find this one, especially because going off of my cost of goods, it must have been a really slow day. And I must have gave up because this one sold for $21. They sent me out an offer. I think I had it priced at $28, and $21 is as low as you can go. Of course, I accepted it because I did want to make $20 off of this. And I did pay $1.63 at the Goodwill outlet, and I only made a profit of $16.02 after fees and cost of goods. I'm not even really sure why I said only. I'm happy with the $16.02. So yeah, this was a decent sale. I did pick up 2 skirts at this time, I remember. So we'll see how that other one's gonna do, but this one did pretty good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Please leave this emoji if you made it this far. I know this video might be long, so I want to see who stuck around and watched me all the way through because I appreciate you, okay? But yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.